After over 10 years of using Ubuntu as my main Linux distro of choice, I finally switched. I didn't plan this at all. In fact, I was kind of forced to leave Ubuntu, unfortunately. But the new distro, CachyOS to be exact, is so good that I wish I had made the switch earlier. So when I say I was forced to switch, what happened? I have been a fan of Ubuntu for almost 2 decades now. Like many, Ubuntu was the one distro that got me into the Linux world, all because of their free shipping of live CDs back in the days, and their super-friendly community support. To this day, Ubuntu remains one of the most beginner-friendly distros due to the community support. When you encounter any issue and do a Google search for a solution, most likely you will find the fix on the Ubuntu forums immediately. Also, Ubuntu's LTS version really means long-term support, so when you install the LTS version, you can safely expect multiple years of comfortable usage of the Linux desktop. But over the years, Ubuntu has made some controversial decisions, including the Amazon spyware backlash, the push for an immature Unity desktop, and the forced migration to Snaps. The Snaps controversy remains one of the biggest complaints from users, because it is mostly a downgrade of user experience and brings little benefit. In my previous videos, I have said that the Snap situation didn't bother me much, because, other than a slightly slower launch time of Firefox, I never noticed any differences between using the Snap version and the normal version of Firefox, which was the only Snap application I installed on my system. I never expected that it would be the Snap Firefox that drove me away from Ubuntu a few months ago. So what really happened was that one day I found that my desktop PC, which had been upgraded from Ubuntu 22.04 to 24.04, and then had been running stably for a very long time without any issue, was unresponsive for no reason, as in, I couldn't even launch any new apps. So I did what every sane person would do, force restarting the PC. But then I found that after a reboot, I couldn't even boot into the graphical desktop anymore. I booted into recovery mode and learned that there was 0 disk space left on the root partition, and there were 2 huge log files that used over 100 gigabytes of storage. After some research, I finally found that it was Firefox that caused the massive log files. A hidden tool inside the Firefox Snap called Memory Polar was trying to read this file every 5 seconds. Because of the Snap sandbox, AppArmor blocked it and logged a denial every single time, slowly filling my disk with log entries. I then cleaned up the log files and upgraded everything on my system, hoping this was a random bug that had already been fixed. But a few days later, the log files grew to 46 gigabytes again, silently. I spent a few hours trying to find a solution for this, but had no luck. Then I realized maybe this was exactly what others have been criticizing Ubuntu for, the unnecessarily forced Snap migration that brings issues nobody needs to deal with in the first place. So after over a decade of Ubuntu life, I finally made the decision to step away and looked for a distro that could be my daily driver for the next few years at least. Deciding on a certain distro is not an easy job. There are thousands of choices, and since I stopped being a distro hopper a long time ago, I realized there were so many new options. Firstly, I ruled out all the Ubuntu-based ones because I wanted to see the outside world after so many years. Then I was left with 2 routes: the Fedora-based distros and the Arch-based ones. I chose the Arch route simply because I wanted a rolling release experience this time, and among the Arch-based distros, I had a bad experience with Manjaro around 2010, so it was out as well. I only tried vanilla Arch Linux for a short period of time, and I remember how much time I needed to spend on the installation. So this time I was just choosing the most popular one, at least according to distrowatch.com. I know this ranking is not at all a true representation of the popularity of distros in terms of downloads or user base, but I kept seeing recommendations for CachyOS, even on my own channel here, so I figured, why not give it a try? In hindsight, it only took me a few minutes to finally decide on CachyOS, but the decision seemed natural, so I just went with it. Hopefully it would turn out to be good, and it turned out to be great. Being an Arch-based distro, I expected it to be fast and light on resources, and it is both. I don't think the optimization will matter much for maximum performance, like max FPS in a game, but in everyday tasks, I can still feel the improvement in responsiveness compared to Ubuntu. Maybe it just has fewer services running in the background, but performance is the last thing that comes into my mind when choosing a distro. I didn't even mind the 5 extra seconds when launching the Snap version of Firefox, so I will talk about something much more important now. First of all, being able to use all the latest software feels great. After all, it is Arch, and it is a rolling release distro. I am always on the latest kernel, the latest version of the KDE desktop, the latest drivers, and the latest of everything. It feels great because not only do I get to experience new features quicker, I also feel much more engaged when reading any Linux-related news, knowing that soon I will be able to actually use the shiny new things. With Ubuntu, though, you kind of mentally block all this information as it is somewhat irrelevant. But the true star to me is the Arch user repository. With Ubuntu, over the years I have added quite a few PPAs just to get all the software that I needed, and it was a hassle. On CachyOS or any Arch-based distro, because of the existence of AUR, installing extra apps is just so easy. Almost everything is just one command away. For example, installing DaVinci Resolve can be quite a challenge on Ubuntu, but on CachyOS it is just so much simpler. There is also an encoder plugin for DaVinci Resolve on AUR that enables AMD's hardware encoding of H.264 and H.265 files when exporting a project. I need to mention this one because it is just so important for anyone who edits for social media, and it's such a shame that DaVinci Resolve's Linux version can't even provide such support. By the way, I made a video talking about DaVinci Resolve on Linux, with all the struggles I had and how I fixed them. Please check it out if you are interested. Also, CachyOS has this amazing CachyOS Hello app that helps with installing all kinds of packages for gaming, optimizations, and tweaks. Another thing is that CachyOS by default uses BTRFS with automatic snapshots instead of ext4, which has been my default for so many years. The auto snapshot is definitely a welcome feature, considering I am always running the latest software. The list of things I don't like about CachyOS is very short, and most of them shouldn't even be considered a disadvantage. First of all, there are just too many updates. I guess this is the double-edged sword of a rolling release distro though. Every day I run the pacman update command. There are just so many packages that are waiting to be updated. I have to force myself to run this command once a week. Otherwise, I am in constant anxiety that I am not running the latest system. There is also always a worry that using the latest software can sometimes break something, and it would take a lot of time to find the root of the issue and fix it. Being bleeding edge is not always the perfect way of using a computer, but so far, luckily, I have not yet met such problems. One thing that surprised me is that using a rolling release distro changes your mindset a bit. On Ubuntu LTS, I almost never thought about my system. I installed it, updated it from time to time, and just used it. On CachyOS, I feel a little more involved. I actually read the update logs, I check what's changing, and I pay more attention to the kernel and driver versions I'm running. It's a small extra mental cost, but at the same time, it makes me feel more connected to my system and to what's happening in the Linux world. While Arch Linux's wiki is amazing, the Arch Linux forum can sometimes be not too friendly, to be honest. Also, Arch users tend to assume that you are an experienced Linux user, so when you post a question there, you might not see the friendly and helpful response that the Ubuntu community tends to give. Another thing I still haven't gotten used to is the default fish shell instead of bash. I am by no means a heavy command line user, so sometimes, when I copy some commands from a tutorial, some just won't work. This is a very minor annoyance though, because it only happened once or twice. The other thing I'm not quite sure about with CachyOS is ZRAM being enabled by default. I know this is a very good solution for most use cases, but I still prefer a swap file, especially when I am editing videos in DaVinci Resolve, which often leads to frequent usage of swap. I had never thought of switching distros in the past decade, because Ubuntu just worked for me, and I have always considered myself an Ubuntu fanboy, despite all the controversies around it in the past years. So to me, giving up Ubuntu definitely felt a bit sad. Jumping from one distro to another is never a big deal. I have always thought the differences between distros are very minor. For most day-to-day computer use, these differences are hard to notice, because most of the time, we are just using the same few applications on our PC. All we really need is an easy-to-use package manager. I love Ubuntu because it is the most widely supported distro when it comes to third-party applications. When using AUR to install some software on my CachyOS, I found that some of them are still DEB packages for Ubuntu or Debian because they are only distributed as pre-compiled DEB files, especially the proprietary software. So giving up Ubuntu was just a bitter pill to swallow. But after a few weeks' time with CachyOS on my desktop PC, I felt very confident that it could be my daily driver. So I also put it on my laptop, which was running Ubuntu as well. Unexpectedly, CachyOS runs even better on a portable device. Because it not only performs better, I am noticing roughly a 10 to 15% performance gain in all kinds of tasks. It also gives me better battery life. With the latest kernel and its optimizations, it feels like I have been given a free upgrade. Everything runs faster, battery lasts longer, and it is still extremely stable. So overall, I have been surprisingly happy with the switch. I expected way more issues with stability and system updates, but so far everything seems perfectly fine. I have to remind myself not to get back into the addiction of distro hopping though, because it does feel like getting a new computer after switching from Ubuntu to CachyOS. If you're currently on Ubuntu and thinking about switching to something like CachyOS, my suggestion is this: don't wipe your Ubuntu install immediately. Start on a separate SSD, or at least a separate partition. Keep your Ubuntu as a safety net for a while, and give yourself a few weeks to get used to Pacman, AUR, and the Arch way of doing things. Once you get past that initial adjustment period, I think many people will find that the combination of rolling release, AUR, and performance optimizations is very hard to give up. So if you've been comfortably sitting on Ubuntu for years like I did, and you feel a little bored or frustrated by things like snaps, maybe this is your sign to try something new. I'm not saying everyone should jump to CachyOS tomorrow, but for me, this switch really felt like getting a free hardware upgrade, and honestly, I wish I had done it earlier.